You'll most likely have to enter charts for a presentation. You can either use one you already have from Excel or create one manually on the fly right in PowerPoint. Let's do both so that you can see how they work. The first thing we're going to do is insert a new slide. We'll create a chart based on the new color vote results because I already have one in Excel. So let's create a new slide. We'll do title and content. And I'll also title this New Color Vote Results. So the first thing we're going to do is insert a chart from PowerPoint. So down here, I'm going to select Insert Chart right in my content placeholder. And now I can choose from all the different types of charts. There's lots of choices like column, line, pie chart, and bar chart. In this case, I'll choose a pie chart. Now I can also choose the style, like a 3D pie chart. The regular one's fine, so I'm going to select it and hit OK. From here, it pops up a little mini Excel window in which I can actually just start typing all my data. So I'll start typing them in. I can start typing and then just hit Tab to go to the next cell, even if it's on a new row. When I'm all done, I can click the X in the top right, and my chart's made. From here, I can click on the green plus to add or remove any chart elements that I don't want to see, such as the actual data labels. For example, I can put in the actual values and percentages for my charts. So this is a chart that we've made right in PowerPoint. I can shrink it, I can enlarge it, just like any other PowerPoint element. But for now, I'm going to hit the Delete key and delete it entirely because I'm going to show you how to do the same thing, except paste from a chart you already have in Excel. So let's go to our Assets folder, and we're going to open up the Color Votes Excel file again that we've already used because I already made a chart from this data. I'm going to select my chart, right-click, and choose Copy. Now I'm going to come back to my PowerPoint presentation, right-click again, and choose Paste, but there's some options that we have. For example, we can use Destination Theme and Embed Workbook. Now, what this means is it's going to keep all the same colors that I have in my PowerPoint theme. However, it's going to embed the Excel workbook. Now, just like we talked about when we embedded a table, there's some security risks that go along with this, not to mention an inflated file size, because we're actually dumping an Excel file right into this presentation. So even if we present the file, it's one thing, but if anybody's opening the PowerPoint file, they'll have access to my entire Excel workbook. Now, Keep Source Formatting in Embed Workbook is the exact same thing as the last option, except instead of changing the colors to match the theme of my presentation, it's going to keep them exactly as they were in the Excel file. Use Destination Theme and Link Data will keep the colors again to match those in PowerPoint. However, this time, instead of embedding the workbook in my PowerPoint presentation, it's linking the data. That means if I ever change any of the values in my Excel sheet, it'll update and change on this presentation also. Again, I have the same option except to keep the formatting that it was in the Excel file. However, the last option, again, I can always just paste it as a picture. Now, this means that it'll keep the file size nice and small, and I won't have the security risks, but the data is flat, meaning it won't change. It's a picture now. So if this data ever changes, I have to go back in and add a new chart. But that's okay. This is a vote result, so I don't see the data ever changing, and if it does, it's pretty easy to add it back in. So now that it's a picture, I can grow it and shrink it and do all those things that I can normally do, like formatting. One thing that I can do is get rid of this border. For example, I can go to the Picture Tools Format ribbon toolbar and change a picture style that doesn't have a border. Now that chart looks great. The PowerPoint one looks great too. They both have their pros and cons, and it's up to you now to make the best decision for your presentation based on your Excel file.